Are you expecting or maybe recently welcomed a little one and suddenly the thought of childcare is hitting you like a ton of bricks? I'm Tim, and trust me, you're not alone. The daycare waiting list can feel like the Hunger Games, right?
Absolutely. It's Edna here, and I've seen firsthand the stress this puts on parents. It's crazy out there. Finding quality childcare shouldn't feel like winning the lottery, but sometimes it does. This is why we are dedicating today's show to decoding those daycare waiting lists, especially with the current childcare shortage.
Exactly. Today, we're diving deep into practical strategies to navigate those crazy waiting lists. We'll discuss when to apply, how to follow up effectively, and even explore alternative childcare options if the traditional daycare route seems impossible.
And remember, at the Rising Parent Podcast, we believe in personalized approaches. We're not giving you a one-size-fits-all solution, but rather equipping you with the tools to find the best fit for your family.
Speaking of equipping, don't forget to subscribe to the Rising Parent Podcast so you don't miss out on new episodes every Monday and Friday.
That's right. So let's arm ourselves with knowledge and turn those daycare waiting list woes into childcare wins. Let's get started.
All right, Edna, so daycare Hunger Games. Pretty dramatic, but is it really that bad out there?
Oh, Tim, you have no idea. I had a coaching client who applied to 5 different daycares before she even announced her pregnancy. She was convinced she wouldn't get a spot otherwise. I even had one daycare client call me from the delivery room to ask when she should start calling daycares. The poor thing was terrified.
Wow, talk about being proactive. So when is the right time to start looking? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, and honestly, the answer is as soon as possible. Seriously, as soon as you know you're pregnant, start researching daycare centers in your area. Get a feel for their programs, their philosophies, and most importantly, their waiting list policies.
So even before you're showing?
Absolutely. In many urban areas or places with high demand, you're competing with other expectant parents who are doing the same thing. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's the reality. I always tell my families to start their search during their first trimester. It seems early, but it gives you a significant advantage.
Okay, so research early. Got it. What does that research actually look like? Beyond just Googling daycare near me, what should parents be looking for?
Great question. It's not just about location. First, think about your values. What are you looking for in a childcare environment? Is it a play-based approach, a structured learning environment? Do they emphasize outdoor time? Knowing your priorities helps narrow your search. I remember helping a family new to the area and completely overwhelmed. Once they realized they valued outdoor education above all else, they instantly knew which centers to prioritize.
Makes sense. So values first, then what about practical considerations? Things like cost, hours, staff-to-child ratio?
Those are crucial. Daycare can be a significant expense, so knowing your budget is essential. But don't just look at the sticker price. Ask about included meals, activities, and potential extra fees. Hours are also key. Do their hours align with your work schedule? What happens if you're late for pickup?
And that staff-to-child ratio, that's got to be a big factor, right?
Huge. A lower ratio means more individual attention for your child. Look for centers that meet or exceed the recommended ratios for your child's age group. And don't be afraid to ask about staff qualifications and experience. Are the teachers certified in early childhood education? What's their turnover rate? High turnover can be a red flag.
Good point. So research done, you've narrowed down your choices. Now comes the dreaded application process. Any tips for making your application stand out?
Absolutely. First, fill out the application completely and accurately. Don't leave any blanks. It shows you're detail-oriented and serious. I had a family who almost missed out because they forgot to include their phone number. Luckily, they followed up, but it was a close call.
Wow, that's a rookie mistake. What else?
Write a personal statement. This is your chance to introduce yourself and your family and explain why you think their center would be a good fit. Highlight your values and how they align with the center's philosophy. Show them you've done your research and you're not just applying to every daycare in town. Be authentic and genuine.
That makes sense. It's about showing them you're invested, not just desperate. So, application submitted, now comes the waiting and the following up. This is where a lot of parents get nervous, right?
Totally. Following up is crucial, but it's a delicate balance. You want to stay top of mind without being annoying.
So, how often is too often?
I recommend following up no more than once every 2 to 3 weeks. A simple email or quick phone call is fine. Be polite, professional, and reiterate your interest. Ask if there's any additional information they need from you.
And what if you don't hear back at all? Should you just give up?
Absolutely not. Persistence pays off. Try a different approach. If you've been emailing, try calling. If you've been calling, try visiting in person if they allow it. Sometimes a face-to-face conversation can make a difference. Just be respectful of their time and avoid showing up unannounced during busy periods. Remember that daycare family? They sent a small, handwritten thank you note after their initial tour. It was a simple gesture, but it showed their appreciation and helped them stand out.
That was a nice touch. Shows you're not just another name on a list. So let's say you've done everything right. You applied early, you wrote a compelling personal statement, you followed up diligently, and you still get the dreaded "we regret to inform you" email. What then?
Don't panic. This is where exploring alternative childcare options comes in. Daycare centers aren't the only game in town.
Right. So what are some of those alternatives?
Nannies are a popular option, especially for families who want personalized care in their own home. It can be more expensive than daycare, but it offers flexibility and convenience. Another option is a nanny share, where 2 or more families share a nanny and split the cost. This can be a more affordable alternative to a solo nanny.
Okay, nannies and nanny shares. What else?
Family childcare homes are another great option. These are smaller, home-based childcare settings, often run by experienced caregivers. They can offer a more intimate and nurturing environment than larger daycare centers. A lot of families actually prefer this option because their child can get more individualized attention. It can give parents peace of mind knowing their child is in a cozy home environment.
And what about those situations where parents have flexible work schedules? Could co-ops or playgroups be a viable option?
Definitely. Co-ops involve parents taking turns caring for each other's children. It's a very affordable option, but it requires a significant time commitment. Playgroups are less structured, but they provide opportunities for children to socialize and play together. They can be a great way to supplement other childcare arrangements or provide occasional breaks for parents.
So many options. It's definitely not just daycare or nothing.
Exactly. The key is to be open-minded and explore all your possibilities. Talk to other parents, do your research, and find the best fit for your family's needs and budget.
This has been incredibly helpful, Edna. It's clear that navigating the daycare waiting list requires a proactive and strategic approach.
Absolutely, Tim. And remember, even if you don't get your first choice, there are always other options. Don't give up hope.
So, to recap, what are the key takeaways for our listeners?
First, start your research and application process as early as possible, ideally during your first trimester.
Second, craft a compelling application that highlights your values and shows why their center is a good fit for your family.
Third, follow up diligently, but don't be annoying. Find the right balance between persistence and respect.
And finally, explore alternative childcare options if daycare isn't working out. Nannies, nanny shares, family childcare homes, co-ops, and playgroups are all viable possibilities.
And most importantly, remember that you're not alone. Many parents are facing the same challenges. Talk to other parents, share your experiences, and support each other.
That's right. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of the Rising Parent Podcast. Edna, thanks for sharing your expertise.
Always a pleasure, Tim.
Listeners, we hope you found this episode helpful and informative. Don't forget to subscribe to the Rising Parent Podcast so you don't miss our new episodes every Monday and Friday.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a 5-star review. It helps other parents find our podcast and benefit from our advice.
You can also visit our website at risingparent.org for additional resources. And if there's a specific parenting topic you'd like us to cover, let us know. We'd love to create an episode just for you.
That's right. Just drop us a line with your episode requests. We are here to help you, our amazing listeners.
Thanks for listening. And remember, you are not just raising children, you're raising the future. We'll see you next time.
Until next time, keep rising.